This is gonna drive me nuts, this wrinkle, but oh well. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing so well. I know for you, it hasn't seemed like I've been gone since I have been posting continuously. While I was on vacation, I like pre-recorded a bunch of stuff, but I have been on vacation for a week and I'm now back and it just feels so good. Just feels so good to be back filming videos. So I'm so excited to be doing my June reading wrap up now with you guys. I can't believe that June is over. Like, we are literally over halfway through 2024. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But we got some good reading done in this past month. It's actually my second highest reading month this year so far. So I read 9 books, I believe, this month. I probably could have read more, to be completely honest with you, but I feel like I kind of went through a little bit of a book slump, which is why there's a lot of audiobooks in this lineup we have. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on all of these books. Like I said earlier, I have quite a few like ebooks and audiobooks that I read this month, so I have my phone here so I can refer to them because I don't have them physically here with me. The first book that we read this month was Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. Let me pull up the little cover for you. This is what it looks like. Very, very cute cover. It's like a Western romance novel and it has 3.91 stars on Goodreads, so it's almost a 4-star ranking, but I hated it. I think I read this in one of my like weekend reading vlog videos or something. I can't quite remember, but I think I talked about it and I gave it a 2-star rating. It just was not good for me. I just didn't like the spice level in it. I just didn't like really the story in it. I felt like the language was really immature. I remember thinking that it was just like, it felt like it was written like by an 8th grader. I'm sorry. I think that the idea of the story was really cute. I like the trope. The trope is like your best friend's brother or best friend's little sister is who this guy goes for, and the girl's going for her older brother's best friend. So I like that trope. I think it's really, really cute. I like the storyline, but unfortunately for me, it just wasn't enough for me. It just seemed kind of a little bit more immature. Plus the language and the spice level in it was just off the charts. I just feel like when you can't write more than just that, then maybe you need to write something different. Like, there's so many words out there that you can use and you're using the same like swear words over and over again. Like, make it exciting, you know, like do something different. So that's just me. That's just my opinion. Obviously a lot of people like it. It's almost got 4 stars on Goodreads. So you know, that's that. The next book we got on here is also an ebook that I read on my Kindle. It is Love and Gelato by Jane Evans Welch. This one was really cute. I ranked this one 3 stars. It's got a 4-star rating on Goodreads. And I read this one because Sarah Caroli on YouTube read it as well. And I thought that it looked like a cute, just fun summer read, like a good book to kind of kick off summer. It's a little bit of like a romance novel, but it's also a YA book. So it's more like, it's not going to be as steamy or as spicy. It was just a really cute, I thought it was a cute, fun book. And what's really fun about that is that the story is based in Italy, and I went to Italy a couple years ago to a lot of these same places that they talk about in the book. So that was kind of fun for me to kind of relate a little bit more to the character and like know that I was going to those places that she was also going to. So kind of fun. I would recommend it. It's a series. I think there's 2 other books in this series. I think it's a trilogy so far. And I have requested the other 2 just because I think they're fun reads. Like fun reads to take to the pool. Nothing too crazy, nothing too like mind blowing or takes up a lot of energy, but it's a fun, cute little book, so would recommend that one. All right, the next book we have here is a book that I read for one of my reading videos. I think it's for my thrifting reading video, maybe. I can't quite remember, but I know that there's going to be a video with this one coming out soon as well, and this is The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane by Lisa C. This book I thrifted a while ago, and I wasn't really sure if I liked it. I definitely judged the book by its cover, but it is cool. It's got this like gold leafing in it, which if you read the book, it makes sense. I actually ended up loving this book. I think I am ranking it like 4.75 stars. It's almost a 5-star read for me, and I have been changing my rating for this throughout the last couple of weeks because I've had time to think about it and I just can't stop thinking about it. I think it was so good, super interesting. It's a historical fiction book based in China, based off of like a minority ethnic group in China that lives out in the mountains. They don't have any of the modern day technology. They're very much enriched in their like tribe culture. Very, very, very interesting. And I really thought that I was not gonna like this book because I don't really like historical fiction, to be completely honest with you. But this one was like still modern enough that it was like, it just kept me hooked. I just wanted to keep reading it and keep reading it and keep reading it. And I was reading it on a road trip, so I had a lot of time to just plow through this thing, and I read it in like 2 days, I think, because it was really that good. So I really enjoyed it. It is a book club favorite, like certified on here. I believe it was a New York Times bestseller. Like it's so good. So I highly, highly recommend this. If you don't think that you're gonna like historical fiction, read this one because it's still based in like modern day, but it does kind of go back, you know, maybe 20 years ago, and it talks a lot about like the China rule and everything. So very, very interesting. Really, really sad story. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna talk about it more than that, but very, very, very good. Okay, this next book is The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. This one you'll also see in a video coming out in July, I believe. But this book I thought was really fun. It was also a book that I have thrifted, and I was really looking forward to reading it because everything that I read by Lisa Jewell I end up liking. This book I also rated 4 stars. It's such a fun thriller. So this story is about a woman who's adopted, and when she turns 25, she gets a letter from her mother, or her, you know, birth mother's family's attorney, saying that they have left her a home, and her biological siblings are trying to now find her because they want to meet her. But the whole time you're kind of just like, you're very skeptical. You're learning the backstory of everything, of what's happening. You are getting like a few different point of views in the story, so you aren't really sure who's good or who's bad. Like, it's so interesting. Kind of ended a little bit on a cliffhanger, and I wanted to read more, and there actually apparently is a sequel. It's called The Family Remains, so I may be on a lookout for this one, or for that one as well. But this one also is a book club favorites, and it was a Good Morning America book club pick. So I really, really liked it. I thought it was really good. It kept me really entertained, and I also was hooked. I read this one on my road trip as well, on the way home from the road trip, so I did get a lot of reading done, but I really did enjoy this one a lot. So I would highly recommend if you're wanting a fun little thriller book to get you through a trip or something. I think it's great. All right, this next book is one that was so highly anticipated for me. I was so excited to read this because I've heard so many great things. It's a movie as well. Timothy Chalamet's in the movie. I was so excited to read Call Me By Your Name, and unfortunately, I was so disappointed by this. I gave it 2 stars. This story is really one of like a coming of age story of this boy who has a person, I don't want to call him a foreign exchange student because they're like post college, but somebody comes and lives with their family every single summer for a couple of months, and this time he has this man who comes and lives with him who's like 24, 25. Your boy is 16, and they kind of fall in love a little bit and start this relationship with each other, and it's really him kind of learning how to explore this relationship and how to explore how he's feeling with relationships and how to deal with toxic relationships as well. And I thought it was very well written, but I just also didn't feel like it was super realistic to what an actual 16-year-old boy actually thinks. I'm not a 16-year-old boy, so maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know, but I just was not super impressed with it. I also felt like it just kind of kept going over the same thing over and over and over again. So unfortunately, I was not a fan. I know a lot of people are huge fans of this book. This one has a 4.1 rating on Goodreads, so that's a pretty high rating. Just for me, it just wasn't for me, I guess. So I know a lot of people love it. If you like it, go ahead, read it. Maybe the movie's better. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but maybe I'll have to go watch it to see if I like it better than the book. All right, the next book we have is The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. I also thrifted this book. It was in my reading thrifted books video that I will just link down below because I've mentioned it so many times at this point. This book was cute. I think I rated this 3 stars, maybe even 3.5 stars. What I love about this book is when you open it, well, for me, because I thrifted it, it's got a note in here from 2005, and it says, "To my Laura, this is a healing book. I love you, Mom." So really, really, really cute. This is a book about a young woman. Her name is Lily, and she is being raised by her father in the 1960s, so kind of when the civil rights movement is happening, and her mother was killed in a freak kind of shooting accident that Lily believes that she caused. And so she's kind of has some trauma there, and she is raised basically by her housekeeper who is Black, and this woman decides that she's going to go register herself to vote because she's able to now go vote. And while she does so, she ends up getting arrested. And so Lily goes and breaks her out of jail, and then they end up fleeing from her father, who's very abusive, and they go try to find some history about her mom because her mom left her a few little clues to help her get to where she's from and find people that will take care of her. And she finds like a hidden not hidden family, but she finds a second family of friends that end up taking her in, and she goes through this journey of just learning more about herself, learning more about the people around her, about what makes people, learning to look beyond just like skin color, and learning to like love everybody for who they are instead of what they look like. So this was really, really good. I really did like it. I just, again, just wasn't like, it wasn't a book that I, at the end of the day, was like, oh my gosh, that was so good, so amazing, wow, stars, you know. So that's why I rated it 3 stars. I thought it was still really good. A little bit of spice in here, not too bad. It's really not too bad, but she just kind of talks more about her body a lot in it. So that's kind of what the spice is. There's nothing like too inappropriate, but I liked it. I thought it was good. Also a New York Times bestseller, so would recommend. Overall, I would recommend it. Moving on. Okay, we have 3 books left, which I know it's a lot, but we gotta keep going. The next book we have is actually an autobiography that I read on the cruise I went on recently by Jeanette McCurdy, and it's I'm Glad My Mom Died, which is this book right here. If this cover looks familiar to you, it's because this has been a New York Times bestseller for over 2 years now. She's sold over 2 million copies, and Jeanette McCurdy was a child actor on the popular TV show iCarly. So if she looks familiar, that's where she's from. I don't usually rate, like do a star rating for people's biographies or autobiographies because I don't want to be judging their lives, but this one was probably one of the best books I've read this month. I think I would even potentially say this year. Definitely one of the best biographies I've read. It was just so good. She's very, very, very frank in this book. She's brutally honest. She talks a lot about the abuse that she endured from her mom, from her manager, from the people around her, from the directors on the sets of Nickelodeon, which now there's like a whole documentary about how those people were terrible. Anyway, super interesting. I really did enjoy this, like reading more about her story and learning about her life and what she had to go through, and it was just very, very eye-opening. I really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a really interesting autobiography, if you are, you know, somebody who is a fan of Jeanette McCurdy, I would 100% recommend it. And yeah, I literally have nothing else to say about it. It was just really good. Moving on to my favorite book ever. Well, no, I don't know if it's ever, but one of my favorite books. This is Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was a reread for me. I read it last year for the first time. And last year I just like fell in love because I feel like I kind of over-related to the character a little bit. I just got back from a cruise and I was gonna be on a beach for a couple of those days that I was, you know, that we were cruising. So I brought this with me because I wanted to read it again on a beach. So good. I think I read it again in 2 days. I just love this story. So I'm gonna give it 5 stars because I just like this book a lot. There is some spice in it. So there's a couple of chapters you'll probably want to skip if you aren't into that. But overall, I thought the story was just really interesting. I really like the people, January and Gus. They are just a really, really cute couple. And Emily Henry just writes banter and conversations so well that you just really feel like you're there and you feel like it's just so natural and so fun, and like I just feel like I'm like I can just kind of really see myself in the place of these characters. So I just really think that she does a great job about this. It's about 2 writers who were rivals in college, I guess, and they're rivals now, and then they end up being next door neighbors, and they, spoiler alert, they fall in love. Anyway, we're gonna move on from this one, but just such a good book. Highly recommend. And our last book of the month is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. Should probably have checked the author's name first. This book is a Reese's Book Club pick, and I have seen it at the thrift store so many times that I was kind of a little hesitant to read it. I was wondering why people were getting rid of it if it was supposed to be so good. But I have to say I did finish reading it actually this morning. I alternated between the Kindle and an audiobook, and it was very, very, very good. I'm kind of thinking I'm rating it around 4 stars, maybe 3.5, 4 stars, because it is just a sweet book about a woman who has a lot of issues, unfortunately. You kind of go back and forth between trying to figure out if she's got like OCD, if maybe she has autism. She ends up having clinical depression, and then you find out this insane story about her past, her trauma that she has, and you kind of get little glimpses of it throughout the book. They start, you know, she leaves you little clues as you go on, but it's just a crazy, crazy story. I would recommend it. I thought it was really cute. I didn't think there was like anything inappropriate in it. There is like, you know, toxic parenting in here and a mother who's extremely abusive, and she also goes through a lot of drug use as well. So you see that. You see a little bit of some suicide thoughts as well. So just be careful with that. But other than that, great book. I would highly recommend. I thought it was a very interesting and very heartwarming read as well. Quite a bit of reading we got done, but it was still really, really, really good. And I think overall a pretty good book month. Anyway, now that that is done, I, as always, like to go and fill in my book journal now. So we'll go ahead and do that. Start working on some spreads, maybe get the July cover page done. This is the June cover page. I think it turned out so cute. So we'll try to do 1 or 2 spreads and also fill in all of like our stats pages and everything on here. So we'll go ahead and get started with the book journal. Alrighty everyone, it's been a couple of days since I started working on these book spreads for my book journal. I just feel like I have a hard time being creative, so it's hard for me to like sit down and just do all of them at once. So it's taken me a little while, but we are finally done. Let me show you what we have done today, a little sneak peek. It turned out really cute. I think this is probably my favorite set. Well, I really like the Twilight ones from a few months ago, but these ones I think turned out really cute. First off, when we open the journal, I have my cute little cover page, and then we have some stats on here. So actually we have book bingo first, which I was able to fill in. But then we have our like library page where I have filled in all the books we have read for this month. And then we have our stats page. So we have 9 books that we read, and then I broke them down in here based off of if they were a physical copy, an ebook, or an audiobook. So we have that, but now let's go on to our spreads. So this is the cover page for June. I think it looks really cute. I love how it turned out. I just think it looks fun. And then we have right here, Done and Dusted, which I thought this page turned out really cute. I unfortunately did mess up right here and it just got really dirty, but this was the last piece of paper in this color that I had left, so I had to use it. So I tried to just kind of roll with the punches, add in some fun stickers, some fun washi tape as well, and I, think it turned out really cute. Then we have Love and Gelato and the Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane. I just wanted to kind of just be fun with this one and add in some fun stickers. I actually put a picture of gelato that I had in Italy on here. This is my picture, so I was able to add that in, and then I tried really hard to try to make this look as close to the actual title page or like the actual cover page of the actual book as possible, so we did what we could. The Tea Girl Hummingbird Lane, this was actually one of the last pages that I ended up doing because I just wasn't sure what to do, but I found a tutorial on how to draw a teapot, so I thought that would turn out kind of cute, and then just added in, a little color and some fun paper down here. So there's that page. Moving on, this is probably my least favorite spread of the whole thing, but it is what it is. We have the family upstairs. I tried to make it look like a staircase, which I thought was kind of fun, and then we have Call Me By Your Name. These, well, this one was a book that I wasn't really excited about, so I didn't really know how to draw it, and I also was just like, I just want to get this over with and move on, so that's why we have this page. This one I think turned out so cute. So we have The Secret Life of Bees. I thought it looked really cute. I actually found this pack at Hobby Lobby that had all this fun cute little bee paper along with like bee stickers, so I thought that turned out really cute. And then we have I'm Glad My Mom Died. I wasn't really sure what to do with this page, so I ended up just printing out the cover and then just adding in some fun little accents behind it. So that turned out cute, I thought. And then our last page is Beach Read by Emily Henry and Eleanor Elephant is Completely Fine. I thought this turned out cute. I just saw this paper and I thought I had to have it. I love the glittery like letters on here, and this one is also, I thought, turned out decently cute as well. I just found, like, again, just some fun stickers to add in, and then just some fun little tape just to kind of help accent it a little bit because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. So yeah, overall I thought it turned out really, really cute. I love how, again, how it turned out. I don't think I really talked too much about my last month as well either. I have like this Good Girl Bad Blood picture, or, you know, spread. I have the Heaven and Earth grocery store, which I think turned out kind of cute. But if you guys have made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all the things, and go ahead and actually comment down below the bee emoji since we read The Secret Life of Bees. I think that'd be kind of fun to hang out in the comment section below, and make sure you let me know what book you are going to be reading for July. See if I need to add that to my July TBR, and I will see you all in my next video very, very soon.